Hey, it's Coach Taylor from SmarterTeamTraining.com, and I am always looking for incredible products to add to my programming, to get involved with when I go on the road. I like just trying new things, and I like seeing different environments and seeing what they're using to really benefit the clients and athletes they work with. In my background in the sports performance world, I see a lot of coaches or a lot of players running a lot. And I'm always looking for some creative ways that we can do conditioning, whether it's high-intensity interval training, whether it's long, slow, distance-type stuff, whether it's stuff that we can do with athletes, whether they're fresh or injured. I mean, we've got to have some products that are or equipment that is pretty versatile in our programming, specifically what we do. And so I got a chance to work with a product line through VersaClimber, and if you've ever visited the website, they got a whole bunch of things going on. And long story short, man, I just reached out to them. I said, we've been using the product for a while now, and I want to know a couple things that you guys have down the pipeline. And the general manager, Dan Charnitski, actually reached out to me, and we just going back and forth on the phone. We talked a little bit on email a couple times, and I said, Dan, would you mind getting on the radio show with me, man, and just telling us a little bit about how VersaClimber came about? Tell me a little bit about the story and your passion. And he was all in. And I'll be honest with you, man, the conversation I've had with Dan leading up to the show has been outstanding. If you don't know the product line and some of the new things they got going on, VersaClimber has been around for a long time. And you might not know some of the other things going on. So, Dan, I'm looking forward to just talking shop about some of the things you got going on, how you got involved in the field. I know your father was involved in the field for a long time. And I'm just looking forward to just, obviously learning from you as always. But just get a chance to share a little bit of your message here, my man.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you having me.
Dan, before we get started, man, I always like talking or starting the show with a little bit of a passionate kind of message, and I'm sure I'm going to include your bio and a little bit of your background on the show here as far as the details and the description of the show. So I don't really need to have an outline of what you did in 1999. That part's easy. That resume type scenario. I want to ask you about something you can't read on a resume or sometimes in a bio. I want to ask you about your passion, man. I mean, how did you get involved in this field, and then what really keeps you just trying to move the field forward and through the product line of VersaClimber and all the other things you got going on?
Honestly, it did happen back in 1980, 81. I changed my major from business to exercise phys. And along that time, my dad designed the VersaClimber. I didn't really want to be a coach. I say a coach, a sports coach. I was really passionate about training. And he comes up with this machine. I try it. We start building it. I show it around. I understand it's just how complete and thorough and versatile the thing is, and just started trying to teach it. And we were teaching HIIT training, full body, back in the early 80s. And I knew it could do good things for athletes, not non-traumatic, non-impact, prolong careers, keep people from pounding the pavement, and it got me excited. If you look at any commercial, I feel like you've seen the word HIIT. If you look on Facebook, you hear people talking about the HIIT conditioning model. It's almost like it's a new thing, but it's, as you implied, it's back in the 80s and even before that, it's been around. I mean, can you do me a favor with the high-intensity interval training craze? I'll say in full effect, if you wouldn't mind. I mean, how can your products help my programming? Is there a way that we can become more efficient? Is there a way we can track load and dosage and recovery? I mean, walk me through a little bit of that product of how your product line really integrates into that high-intensity interval training model. It is so versatile. You can put a seat on it and go non-weight bearing. Then we have people that use it for discipline, if somebody's late to practice. So it's got that entire spectrum of use, low intensity, long duration, or I can, build in work-rest ratios to bury you immediately. So it's all on how you use it, how you dose it to fit exactly where you need it in your program. I know you offer a couple different things now with the Versa Pulley, the VersaClimber, which most people are going to know what that product is, and now the Versa Rower, and I'm sure you have some other things going down the pipeline. But if someone's going to reach out to you and they were designing a facility, whether it's brand new, whether they're trying to look for something new in their facility to add a little bit of something, just add a little swagger to their facility, just a change-up kind of thing. I mean, what kind of things do you recommend from your equipment line to kind of get started with the VersaClimber brand? VersaClimber, of course. The Versa pulley and its rotational inertia is new and up and coming, and it's taking its time, just like the VersaClimber did, because our products are so unique and different. People really need to try them, and to try them and use them takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. Doing conferences, because we do work on and develop products that nobody else has, and we patent them because we are a small business, and they're very unique and very efficient. The rotational inertia device, VersaPulley, works directly on the reactive strength, the deceleration loading, stabilize, change directions. It's accommodating, but yet it can overload eccentrically, non-impact. We're being told that it's great for power training and explosive training, but it's also very good for in-season training because it's non-impact and explosive.
When you're designing a product, obviously you're approaching it different than I design programs. I mean, from the X's to O's, 3 sets of 10 on the bench type scenarios, and I'm always curious to know how that mind works. I mean, if we're similar or different. I mean, what things went easy, and possibly even what things were difficult when you were going through the process of developing each one of the products you have in your line? Well,
we really look at what's missing out there because, like I said, we need to be unique. We can't come up with another barbell or another treadmill and compete. We're a small company, always have been, and don't mind if we stay that way. But I love the challenge of working with guys like you, men and women in the field that come to us with how to implement our products, because we know that they do phenomenal things conditioning wise. But then to learn, how to program them in, how to implement them is really the big challenge. And we're not the experts in that. We have some degrees around here in exercise phys and things like that, but from application standpoint, hands-on, we rely totally on third-party use, third-party implementation, and knowledge. We don't give our products out to people that don't use them, and we don't advertise, use people for advertising if they're not actually sold on the product, implement it, and understand it fully. Depending on who you talk to, a lot of times you bring up the concept of the crawling patterns and their importance within the evolution of developing an athlete or developing a client, and different things that different people believe in, I guess you could say. And I'm always curious to know how other people are reading into that crawling, cross-crawl type scenario, and just having a conversation about how it fits into a program. Obviously, the VersaClimber, it has some type of crawling mechanism built into the product. I mean, would you do me a favor? Can you offer some basic guidelines or even some techniques that may be possible when we're actually using the training equipment that you guys offer? Is there an advantage to that cross-crawl pattern? Is there a same side option? I mean, can you walk me through a little bit of that why did we just develop that crawling pattern into the program? Well, yes, you can get it one of the two ways, cross-crawl or side-to-side. We call the side-to-side ladder climbing motion, but the cross-crawl motion is the motion, I guess, it's just more natural. Neurologically, that's how we walk, that's how we run. We get feedback from the field, everybody from neurosurgeons to chiropractors and trainers, that this cross-crawl patterning does miracles. We don't say that, we let them say that, but maybe it does. I know it's a natural motion for sport. I should say neurologically, because it's obviously a climbing motion. But there's no top end, on the VersaClimber. You can sprint as fast as you can, or it's going to be as easy as standing still. And if we're doing that in the cross-crawl patterning, the core is all involved, and you've got the cross-crawl forces going through the core, and people love it. Initially, you implied that you notice there's a need in the field, and there's a desire from you guys to be just a little bit different than everybody else. And my question to you, obviously, again, talking about that mindset of a entrepreneurial scenario, and it might be coming a little bit from your father, and you're answering it through him kind of scenario. But how did you notice that need
for a product in the field. I mean, I have to compliment people when they see something that's fairly unique and have an idea, and they see it through. I mean, how did you notice that need, and walk me through the process of just following it through?
We get a lot of it from the field. You know, the guys we're connected with, the gals that are out there using the products, let us know, you know, how to improve ours, but they also say, hey, but it'd really neat if we had something like this, or, you know, if something could do that. And, you know, we gather together. And I do. I have a little bit of knack for my father's engineering. It's a family business. My brother actually is in R&D and runs manufacturing. And so what we do is we get together and just kind of talk about the concept. What can be done? How could it be, you know, put into a machine? You know, not everything you can do, you know, with the body can actually be designed into a mechanical device that, you know, there's lots of stuff we've tried and kind of put to the side because it's just not feasible. But, yeah, we try it. We, of course, the engineers get together and start sketching up stuff to put together, and we just start trying it. A test is worth 1,000 opinions. So if you can test something, see how it works, see how it feels, and then go from there.
You brought up the concept of user feedback, and when I get a chance to go to clinics or conferences, or just to get an opportunity to, you know, write an email to somebody that's willing to listen, I have no problem providing feedback, and I wish more people did, because in my opinion, I feel like if I give you some feedback about how I'm using it, and it's really cool to work with companies who actually have some type of desire to make something unique for somebody that really enhances their program and not just produce a vanilla type product. I mean, how can I go about reaching out to you or provide feedback on a regular basis? I mean, is there any value to providing feedback, and does it really contribute to either the redesign or the evolution of products? Is there any way to customize the products that you guys are now offering, and it really enhance the programming through just communication between me and you?
Yeah, absolutely. You can get us through our email at VersaClimber.com. Call us at 800-237-2271. You know, follow us on social media. Direct message us. We're always on there talking and communicating and letting people know, sharing ideas of how other people are using the equipment, and constantly trying to, you know, keep that communication open.
If I was going to bring a VersaClimber, and we'll start with the VersaClimber, but I even conceptually can see using the VersaClimber, I can see using the VersaPulley, and I can see using the rower in some incredibly insane high-intensity interval circuits as one big unit and just keeping it within one brand. I don't think that would be difficult to visualize at all. I mean, can you walk me through how you would start someone who's a beginner, maybe someone who's an intermediate conditioning level, and then somebody with a little bit of a gas tank that we can push? I mean, how would you design a program around those pieces, maybe individually or collectively, that I could put into my program on Monday?
The VersaPulley and VersaClimber are now attachable to equipment racks. They're wall-mounted or equipment-mounted. So, you know, they take up very little space. I mean, the wall-mounted VersaClimber, you know, is a smaller footprint than the human body. I mean, my body is going to take up more of the space than the VersaClimber does. The products are all pretty much accommodating. I mean, the VersaClimber is easy as standing still. I can start with very short 2-inch strokes, which is probably about 30, 40 feet per minute, and of course there's no top end. You can hit 300 feet per minute on it when you're doing an all-out sprint. VersaPulley, that rotational inertia, as well as the rower, is accommodating. So as much effort I put into it, it's going to give it back to me in the eccentric loading. That accommodating factor is good because I'm not going to be able to, you know, overdo it eccentrically because it matches my concentric. Then I would use the products in a circuit. I go from one to the other. I've got the resistance loading of the rotational inertia in VersaPulley, the total body aerobic and interval training on VersaClimber, and in the rower, there's so many people familiar with rowing that with our rotational inertia in it, it now gives you the pull and pull back. So I'm having to decelerate the load in the eccentric motion of the rower.
I enjoy taking pictures and sharing the products that we use on a regular basis. I generally don't use it. I take pictures when we're doing exercises with people on it, and I really try to focus as a coach when we're training on just the training. I try not to grab a camera and that type of thing, but when we're done, I have no problem grabbing assistants or picking up the camera, and it's something I like to do just to share videos of things that we're doing on social media, as you've already implied, reaching out and getting a chance to learn from others through that vehicle that social media means. I mean, how important is social media when developing your marketing plans? Which platforms have really helped spread your brand, your message the most effectively? If someone's going to reach out to you through those social media outlets and they wanted to share maybe pictures or a testimonial or just some things that they were using the VersaClimber for, I mean, which ways would that kind of really benefit you? Does it benefit you? And how would you kind of receive them as a business?
Well, it absolutely benefits us. I mean, when the whole social media hit, especially small companies, you can reach us through Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter. I might be forgetting a few. But what that's done for us as a small company, I mean, we have people, that find that we're on there and talk about their VersaClimber use, 30 years ago, talking to the people that just found out about it yesterday and are screaming about how wonderful it is. So just that ability to connect people, and of course they all know people, and when they're talking about your product, I mean, it just goes out there. And so we spend quite a bit of time and a significant amount of money, just making sure people are connected to us.
As a product-based company, one question I enjoy asking CEOs, and I've had an opportunity to talk with a lot of the guys high in the general managers, the presidents, the CEOs. My question always goes back to education. When it involves a product line of any type, I don't care if it's a football, a strength piece of equipment, a conditioning tool, my question always goes to the concept of educating the consumer. I mean, how important is educating the consumer when you're dealing with a product-based company? How do you guys go about educating the consumer? What ways are you trying to reach out to really share your message, your passion through the vehicle of VersaClimber with potentially the end consumer or even the client who gets excited about getting their trainer to use the piece?
First, learning to speak the lingo, the terms of the market you're trying to reach, to get them excited, get them educated, that they understand what you're trying to say. But most of that comes from the people like you that are going to be using it. That third-party testimony, the reality, the real stuff that's going on out there in the world, and then using that to fortify the truth about what your products are doing for people.
When you're developing a brand, would you mind doing me a favor and just sharing some tips? I think there's so many people out there that do an incredible job with the service they provide, but they just think of it as a service. They're not really developing it as a brand. It's something that a trademark, a logo, that bigger picture of just developing the environment of that business. And as you guys have created an incredible monster with that VersaClimber brand, and as soon as someone says VersaClimber, they automatically know what the piece looks like. I mean, can you just do me a favor, just walk me down that road a little bit about maybe some struggles or successes that really helped you develop that VersaClimber name and turn it into an identifiable brand?
Again, I have to give credit to the social media, because as a small company, it really allows you to get the name out there and also allows other people to use your name for you. I have to give all the credit to the employees and the people we've had, work for us over the years. We've got people here, 8 or more people that have been here over 20 years. Yeah, our marketing and sales, they do a great job in making sure that brand stays out there. You've got to have the whole 9 yards, though. You got to have a good product. You got to have great customer service. You have to care about the customer's needs and what's going on with them. Take care of their issues. Social media can work against you as well. If you go out there and see some of the stuff people can say that aren't good about different people, you're not going to find anything, knock on wood, out there really tainting VersaClimber and its brand, and that's all due to the people that work for us and their care for the customer. I'm
familiar with the VersaClimber brand from a sports performance model. from the college, the international level. I used it in the pros, and now I'm using it in the private sector. Can you do me a favor and tell me a little bit about where you identify or where your sales are going? Maybe it's something that I'm overlooking. I mean, is it being used in a corporate setting? Is it being used international? I mean, if I got on a plane and I get a chance to travel to Europe quite often to do some events, is it something I could see overseas? I mean, walk me through a little bit about where it's being seen or where it's being used, if you wouldn't mind.
You're going to find it in every market, from home use to our cardiac rehab, pro sports overseas. It's not a mass market product. With the reemergence of the HIIT training and our products, fitting that criteria almost perfectly, there's a big resurgence of VersaClimber, and its versatility warrants its use around the world. We're big in militaries, colleges, sports. The group training is starting to take off, and we're just happy to be right in the right place at the right time.
When someone attends an event and they get a chance to go to all the booths, and all of us as sports performance coaches, athletic trainers, it doesn't make a difference. When we're running those events, we go into those exhibit halls, and some people just walk right on by everybody. They don't recognize the value of the amount of people that are there that are willing to help, and they want to connect as people. I mean, how important is building relationships with the customers to you and your product? I mean, how important is that handshake opportunity, and not even necessarily from a salesman type scenario, but just the ability to recognize a face or see people at different events, and how much power is there when you get a chance? How good does that make you feel? How much does that help the business by just someone stopping into a booth and just saying hi and explaining how they're using the product?
Oh, it's great, because we don't do hard sales. We do relationship sales. We just try to let you know what our product does and the things it can do for you, and give it a try. That's the biggest thing. I mean, if you've tried it and you actually have experience with it, then you can make a more educated decision about it. But we're there just to support the industry and help it grow, and hopefully be a part of your program at some point in the future.
I know, being a general manager of a business that's obviously recognizable, I'm sure you're getting an opportunity to make a big-time impact on the staff, the employees, and also the people who get a chance, again, to reach out to you and shake your hand, whether it's at an event or just giving you guys a positive message on Facebook, social media, that type of thing, email, phone call, that kind of gig. I mean, if someone had some way to reach out to you and they wanted to learn more about what's going on, I mean, what's one big motivational message you have for somebody who's either trying to pursue developing their own product, maybe developing their own business model with that, whatever you want to call it, within the field here, and if they wanted to reach out to you kind of scenario, I mean, what's one big motivational message you would hope that you could share with them?
Don't give up. Perseverance. Believe in your product, believe in your service or your program, and be humble in presenting it, and trying to educate people about it. And some people will get it and welcome it, and some won't, and that's okay. You just got to keep going.
Dan, I know you plugged a couple of times there the social media outlets and some of the other scenarios, the phone number and the website. Again, I want to go over this concept because I don't want someone to miss out on it. If somebody wanted to reach out to you guys, and for any reason, like you implied before, someone could be using VersaClimber for 30 years, and they just wanted to reach out to you and tell you that they still have the same tool from way back when, and they want to just send you a picture of it, or even up to someone that's designing a facility now, whether it's on the sports performance model, cardiac rehab, military setting, whatever. I mean, how could they go about reaching out to you to find out more information, to contact you guys to find out? Again, the people who are listening to the show, a lot of people don't know about the Versa Pulley and the Versa Rower. I've actually seen them both firsthand, and they're pretty cool. I mean, how could they reach out to you to learn more about the product line and just get in contact with what you got going on?
You can reach us through the website, VersaClimber.com, VersaPulley.com. Email us at email@VersaClimber.com. Call us at 800-237-2271. Connect with us on social media. Load your photos, your video. We'll share them. Direct message us. Anything you want. Come by at the conferences and say hello. Let us know how you're using the equipment. come and try it. I mean, that's why we're all there at those conferences. You know, we all pay a lot of money to be at those things, so come on over and check it out if you've never tried it.
Well, to the listeners here of the show, do me a favor today, and I don't want to keep plugging this, but I'm just pretty excited about the product line, and I've been a loyal user for a long time, so I have no problem telling people to go to VersaClimber.com, getting a chance to check out the tool that I've used for a while. I'm not trying to just endorse it, Dan. I'm not trying to give you a plug as far as trying to get someone to side with me, but I think it's a quality tool, and it's something that I feel like it never breaks down. There's low maintenance. As you said, it takes up a very small floor space. It goes fairly vertical. I mean, it doesn't even take up much room, and it's a quality piece as far as putting somebody through some high effort type exercises, and it covers a wide gamut. So if anybody's listening to the show here, that they're looking for just to add something unique to their facility, they want to get a wow factor when a coach walks in the room, do me a favor, go to the VersaClimber.com. Check out the Versa Pulley as well. Check out the Versa Rower. You got some unique tools there, and some of them are even very portable. If you send those guys an email, pick up the phone and just call them, they'll tell you all about it. They got some videos up. They got some other things. I might even post a couple things for you guys on social media here, just to show you how we're using it. And I'd also love to hear from people about how they're doing, how they're using the tools. If you guys have any special workouts or something that you're doing that's really helped your athletes, your clients achieve their own greatness, feel free to send them to me, and I have no problem forwarding them to Dan. Or do me a favor, reach out to Dan himself and send him the message and just say some good things about what's going on, man. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. I'm sure he'd appreciate meeting at a conference or a clinic. And Dan, man, I know you're a very busy dude, and I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day here to contribute to the product. I enjoy talking to CEOs and the people who are creating a positive impact for the people like myself that are in the trenches. And, man, I'll tell you what, it's been a real pleasure to get a chance to use your product, and I thank you very much for just sharing your time. Hopefully this is a launching pad for us to do more things down the road, and I'm looking forward to just keeping in touch, my man.
Hey, I appreciate it, and thank you very much, Rob, for your time, and just like to say thanks, and everybody come see us.
I appreciate your time, big dog. Have a great day, man. Hope all's well. Keep in touch.
Thanks. Bye.